I quit. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. Sometimes I feel like the end is just here. And the truth is that I don't really know what that end looks like, but I know I'm exhausted. I don't know. Even trying to think of what else it is that I know is I'm exhausted. And there's always things in life that cause me to feel like I'm exhausted and I don't have anything left to give. And so today, I am just going to word vomit into this camera, into this microphone, into this recording, and we'll see what happens. Because frankly, there's days where each one of us doesn't know what we have left to give. And then that can be in business, that can be in marriage and family with our kids. And that's kind of where I'm at today. Normally I've got a script written, I've got a teleprompter going, and I'm reading through it. Man, we've got some good points. Man, we've got some solid stuff. And I know we'll get there, but every effort I've made to put that together has just left me blank. How many times have you ever felt in your marriage where you know you're supposed to do these things, you know you're supposed to talk to your spouse about this stuff, you know you're supposed to use a certain technique, or I just learned this, or I just learned that, but you're too tired to do it? Or you feel like, how many more times can I do this before my spouse catches on, before this habit actually becomes a habit, instead of feeling like it's this terrible effort every day? I think it's like that with parenting too. I'll have things with my kids where they are so incredible and so sweet. And I think, how did I get so lucky for these incredible little angels that I get to be with and support? And then like an hour later, I'm going, what am I supposed to do? These little hellions and running around and they never listen. And why are we still going over that? And it's just like all over repeat again. So what do you do? What do you do when you feel like you're doing your best to do all the things that you know you should be doing, and yet you still keep hitting some of those same roadblocks? I think sometimes you just have to ask for help. Sometimes you just have to be willing to reach out to people that love you, no matter what you're going through. I think sometimes I have angry prayers with God, maybe not angry prayers, maybe more prayers of desperation. And it's where I get somewhere where nobody's going to hear me yelling except God. Whatever your God is, yell at the mountain or the trees, sky, whatever. But having those conversations with God and just, why am I stuck? Why can't I get past this next hurdle? Why does this keep happening? And I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever gotten a really super profound answer to that. I think most of the time when I get into those experiences of desperation, the number one thing that comes up is this overwhelming feeling of love. This idea that I'm known and I'm loved. And if I keep doing the things that are right, that are good, no matter how hard it is, that it'll be okay. That's great. But what does it mean to be okay? Because I don't feel okay right now. In fact, the only thing I feel right now is that I want to hit stop on the video and end it, because this isn't how I'm supposed to be. This isn't what I represent. Like, I'm the family man. Everything's okay. Hey, do your vision, do your values, you'll be fine. Well, you know what? One of my values is to be authentic. And authentically right now, I feel pretty crappy. And I don't know why. I woke up this morning laughing with my wife and cuddling with my wife and cuddling with my kids and seeing them do their homeschool projects. And they made like these mud structures in our backyard on the pavers, the patio. And I'm going in my head, it's fine. It's fine. We'll wash it off. Like, yes, they could have done it in the dirt, but this is fine. Like, and they're so excited and I'm excited with them. And we had lunch and life's good. Life is good. 2 hours ago, I was chatting with my coach, with my mentor, Ray Edwards. Actually wearing Ray Edwards shirt, but with Ray. He asked me how I'm doing it. And I genuinely thought about it and said, I'm happy. I feel content. So how does that happen 2 hours ago? And yet now I am here in this moment and I know I have things that I need to do. I know there's things that I need to get done. There's website content that I need to be working on and writing. There's videos and photography that I need to work on getting done for my website. There's course creation material that I need to do. There's lead magnets and vision templates and all these things that I want to create and give to all of you that are supporting me in this journey and watching. Like, all of that's available. And I want to just have so much to give and to offer and all that's there. And yet I know I need to record a podcast and I got to write a script and I have some great ideas over my whiteboard. I have some awesome things written down, some really good content, and I'll get it to y'all. But today, I think sometimes just feel that weight. I think sometimes life just feels heavier or responsibilities feel heavier. My role as a husband some days feels heavier. And it doesn't mean I can't carry it. It doesn't mean I can't do it. I'm not sure I know what it means. Maybe it means that some days just need to be willing to say, this is heavy. Who's with me? Who can connect with to remind me that I'm not carrying this alone? Who do you have in your corner? Who do you have on speed dial? Who do you have that no matter how long it's been since you've talked to that person, you can reach out to them and they're there for you and they support you? I think we have heavy days because human connection is a requirement for joy. It's a requirement for success in any area. And if I get too complacent in what am I doing for this person, all the things that I'm doing, and I forget that I also need to be able to receive from others in order to deepen connection, maybe that's why we have heavy days. Maybe that's why sometimes marriage feels heavier than other days, or parenting feels heavier than other days, business heavier than other days. And so that I can be reminded it's okay to receive, so that you can be reminded that you're surrounded by people who want to give to you as much, if not more, than what they've received from you. Or maybe it's just so we can go yell at the sky, yell at God, asking why, simply be reminded that we're known and we're loved, because that tends to lighten the load. Maybe that's not the right way to say it. Maybe it's not that it lightens the load. Maybe what it is that it reminds me that I'm capable. Maybe for you to be seen, to be known, to be heard, can remind you that you are capable, that you can do these things. So that vision that you created, you heard about Joe Pomeroy and his 3D framework. And first we need to discover your vision, your values, your why, and you create this vision. Or not me or whoever it was through, you create this vision. And maybe on the days when it feels further away, it's to remind us to look at what's with us right now. Who's with us right now? And there's beauty in that. There's power in that. And I don't have a script. I don't have a teleprompter. And this may be the worst podcast episode YouTube video that I'll ever put out there. And I don't care for two reasons, I think. One, because it's really authentic. And that's in line with my value. And if a single person doesn't watch this or listen to this, it doesn't matter, because I did it, and I did it the best that I could in the moment that I was in. And part of the best that I could was to do it authentically. And frankly, talk about my 3D framework, discover, decide, do. In do, one of the parts of do, the final step in do, is do your best. And I think sometimes too often we think, well, what's my best? Well, my best is every time I go to the gym, I'm going to crank out my top weight because I'm doing my best. You know what? Sometimes your best might be just to get to the gym. My best for this work that I'm striving to do, this message that I'm striving to share, my best is what I think of as my best is not always what my actual best is, because what I think of my best is that I have a topic that I've mulled over, that I've prayed about, that I've gotten inspiration about and taken notes on. And then I create my first draft, and then I sleep on it and leave it. And I let my subconscious process it, and the Holy Spirit work to help me process it. And then I go and then I flesh out the things that need to be figured out. New phrases come, things that just resonate and fit. And I put it all together. And then I've got it, my teleprompter, and I put on my button up, and I'm shaved well, and my hair's nice, and background and lighting, and everything's great. And I go and I read it, and there's emotion, and I'm connecting, and I feel it, and it's there. Ooh, yeah. And that's my best. Well, yeah, there's times that's my best. There's been weeks that's been my best. But today my best was to say, okay, I have a deadline that I need to get this in, because I choose to be consistent. I want to be consistent in producing content. I want to be it because I feel like if there's even one person out there that's waiting for it, that's relying on it, whether it's one person, 100 people, or 10,000 people, it doesn't matter. But if there's just one that looks forward to it, and that they like to listen to it and to hear it and say, I can be better this week because of that, then I don't have to have a script. I don't have to have a teleprompter. I don't have to have an outline. That I can just get on here and do my best and struggle through it, and have my video editor not have any clue where to make the clips or where to cut or what to do or how to piece it together. Does Joe want that in there? Should I leave this part out? I don't know, but that's my best. is to just do it, to record it, to share what's in my heart, to remind all you moms and dads, husbands and wives, business owners, employees, you just got to keep showing up. And you show up every day. You show up every day for your kids, and they'll remember and they will come to you. I once remember being taught a principle or a concept. Well, why do we talk about daily prayer? Why do we talk about being in the scriptures daily? Like, do this daily. Does that mean you're going to have some kind of massive revelation or high value impact every single day? No, you do it day after day and you show up consistently so that when there is a high value impact, when there is some massive revelation or opportunity available to you, that you are where you need to be. And so you show up for your kids day after day, not because you're going to be the perfect parent every day, not because you're going to handle everything properly every day, not because there's going to be some massive, genuine moment where you look into your child's eyes, they look into yours, and it's this deep connection of love and understanding and compassion. No, you do it so that when your kid needs you, you are where you need to be. And you show up for your spouse every day, not because you're going to be the ideal spouse, not because you feel this deep intensity of love and connection, that you'll always be together, that you're the fairy tale couple. No, you do it so that when your spouse needs you, you're where you need to be for them, for yourself. You are where you need to be. And you show up for business every day, and you do the work, and you create the content, and you write the words, you make the phone calls, and you do all of those things because your clients need you. And when they come to you and when they have a problem or when they have a question or when they're ready for that breakthrough, you are where you need to be in whatever your business is, to support them, to coach them, to guide them, to help them. That's why we show up. That's why I'll show up as a husband. That's why I'll show up as a dad. That's why I'll show up as a coach, as a business owner, day after day after day. Not because I have all the answers, but because I'm finding the answers. And even on days when I don't know how well I can apply those answers, I can show up and I can be here for you. And I can be here for my kids and be here for my wife. There's a phrase, stand in holy places. What is a holy place? Do I need to go stand in a church building or in the grounds of a temple every moment of every day? Is that my holy place? What about my home? Is my home a holy place? Is a mountaintop, is a summit, is that a holy place? Maybe the holy places where we need to stand are simply the places where we can be seen by those that need us, those that love us. And so then if that's the challenge, if that's this next challenge, to stand in a holy place, to stand in holy places, to be where you need to be consistently day after day for those that are relying on you, not because you have all the answers, not because you're going to carry your spouse through their difficulty or carry your child through every challenge that they face to stand as a shield against everything that's being thrown at them. No, you show up so that they're not alone. Because sometimes I think that's all we need, is to know that we're not alone. Maybe that's why when I'm yelling my prayers or speaking out loud in frustration, maybe that's why the overwhelming feeling that comes is a feeling of love, a feeling that I'm seen and that I'm known. And so I want you to know that I'm showing up because I see you. And I don't have to know everything about you to love you. I can simply know that you have a desire to lead your family better, that you have a desire to show up for your family. I can just do that. And then it doesn't matter if I get to the end of whatever it is, that a message that I feel like I want to share, and realize I have my headphones on, and I never have my headphones on in my YouTube videos. And I don't care, because in this one, I do. And I don't think there's any way I could go back and repeat the message or the thoughts that I just shared. And any attempt to do so wouldn't be authentic. So today, this is me. And I know who I am. And I know the value that I offer. And I know that as I invest in sharing the messages of a decade to 10, 15 years. Can't remember how long. My wife and I are just about to have our 13-year anniversary. And I think about everything that I invested to learn what I needed to learn to get past year 3, year 5, year 7, year 9. to be here at year 13. And there's some of you that are listening or that are watching and you've gotten further. And that's awesome. To you, dear listener, to you, dear viewer, keep showing up. I'm not going anywhere. I can't. I don't think my heart would survive that. And sometimes I think the greatest value we get when we show up for others is what we receive. And with that, keep moving forward. And we'll see you next time.